The dark side of self-improvement. What if I told you that most of the work that you've been doing, reading the books, taking the courses, meditating, journaling, doing all this, there's a reason why it's not working. There are millions of people working on themselves every day. There are billions of dollars spent in the industry, and still most of us feel unfulfilled and stuck in life. This is because the whole industry is based on a lie. And if you don't see this lie, you will keep running forever in this endless cycle of self-improvement. In this video, I'm exposing the dark side of the self-improvement industry and why it's not actually working for you and what to do instead. And trust me, once you see this, you'll never look at personal growth the same way again. So let's be honest here. If consuming content and improving yourself would be the answer, I guess everyone would be successful and we wouldn't have any problems in life, right? But that's not what's happening in the world. The industry keeps growing and people keep running after these improvement tactics. And the cycle goes on and on and on, and there's new books, there's new courses, there are new mindset shifts, there's new everything. And the worst part about this is that the more we try to improve ourselves, the more we reinforce the belief that we are not good enough. This is the biggest trap the self-improvement industry has set up for all of us. And once you understand how you crack this code, you will feel free. And just to give some context, I've been on this treadmill for the last 8 years and I've devoured a lot of books, I've bought courses, I've had mentorships, I've had all these things, and still I always felt that maybe this next thing will give me the breakthrough. Maybe this next course will give me the information that I need. And suddenly I realized, what am I doing? Why hasn't the breakthrough come? Even if I've put so much energy, so much effort, and so much money and time to this. This is when I started to question the whole thing and how the industry was built and what the agenda behind most of these tools and systems and programs really was. And I understood that the problem wasn't in any of the courses or books or whatever I was consuming. The problem was me. So now we're getting into the real issue here. Most people who consume this self-improvement information feel that they are not enough, that they are somehow broken. And when you try to build upon a broken foundation, all you're gonna get is a house that is shaky and broken in its core. And when you realize this, that you can't build a big house on a faulty foundation, you understand that you need to rewrite who you are. And this then goes into vibration and the core vibration we have. If we are in a vibration of fear, of shame, of guilt, or some other negative state, you can't have a strong foundation. And this is when I realized that self-improvement needs to be replaced with self-discovery. This made the biggest difference for me when I realized that I need to find out who I am and not try to put plasters on me and try to fix my faults. I realized that, wow, there's nothing wrong with me. And there never was. But this whole industry got me thinking that there is something wrong with me. And then we can add social media and comparison and all of that. And of course, most of us think that there is something wrong with us. But actually there isn't. And when you realize that you start looking for yourself and your inner truth instead of looking for answers on the external, the game changes. And the key differentiator between self-improvement and self-discovery is that self-improvement is based on enslavement to a system. Self-discovery is based on personal empowerment. Can you see this huge difference? When you stop searching for things that will fix you, and you understand that it's more about finding who you are and accepting yourself, and then building on that, which is complete already, you just add things, it makes a huge difference. And the key to this change is found in one single word, and that word is courage. And courage is essentially a frequency. When you step into your own power, you have the courage to be yourself, to accept yourself, and start to vibrate in a positive state. This is where all your dreams will start to come true. Because if you are in a state of lack, you are a slave to some external thing. When you step into empowerment, you realize that you can essentially do anything you want in your life. When you step into courage, to being the unique self that you are, no one else can be that. That's when you have found your power. So how do we achieve this state? It's a 3-step process. Because we've been living from a place of lack for so long, it's not gonna just change by clicking your fingers. So this is why we need this process. And yes, I know we all wish that we could just change like this and be happy and be fulfilled and so on. But because we are used to being in this certain way for so long, this is why we need this 3-step process. The process is super simple. It's allow, accept, and embody. What does this mean? First, you need to allow yourself to be the way you are. You need to look at yourself with honesty. Really look yourself in the mirror and be like, okay, I have these type of traits. I've done these types of things. I'm not proud of these and so on. And the deeper you can go with that and just allow, you don't even have to accept it, and sit with those ideas and thoughts for a while. Let go of any negative feeling and emotion. Then you will naturally process into the acceptance. And when you step into accepting all your shadows, all your flaws, all your past that you're carrying with you, it slowly starts to transform into embodying. And the more you process this, the more you talk about it, the more you think about, it's okay to be me, I love to be me, I'm happy to be me. This is where you get to a place of fullness. And this is what the industry don't want you to feel, because you will consume content in totally different ways when it comes from a place of, yeah, I'm already complete and I start to choose what I really need. And we're gonna come to that in a second. But the most important thing by doing this 3-step process, allowing, accepting, and embodying, is that self-improvement starts to become a joyous process. It starts to become fun because it's not from a place of lack or fear. It's from a place of, wow, I'm already powerful. I can already do all kinds of things. Oh, what do I need to get where I want to go? So at this state, you are improving yourself for something you want to become, not something you think that you need. And that's a totally different game. And it's not about the information being bad. It's not about the courses, the books, or any of these other things that are included in this self-improvement industry. It's not that they are bad. They are good once you learn to use it from a state of empowerment, because then you realize that you only use those things and those tools that are gonna take you to where you want to go. And to find out where you want to go, you also need to turn inwards, and you need to kind of dig deep on what you're here to do, what is your life purpose, how can you best serve the whole. These questions, when you start to think about them deeply and really look into yourself of what do you want to have achieved the day you die. This is a really deep question that most people never even think about. So the intention should be to accept yourself and feel complete on the inside before you continue your journey of improvement. Because once you change that, you will see the world totally differently. So switch self-improvement into self-discovery. And once you have completed the self-discovery, that's when you can start improving yourself again. And the biggest block that I realized is hindering people on this self-discovery journey is our shadows. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. And this is gonna be the theme for next week's video, so be sure to subscribe on this channel because I have some unique perspectives and systems to actually find your particular shadows and how you can start to work on them and then allow, accept, and embody them. So that being said, I hope you have a nice week and I'll see you in a future video. Peace out.